Good evening, one and all. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your confirmation. Okay, only 71 students joined till now. So, any doubts in the last class, guys? Any doubts in the last class? Say yes or no at least. Please be active, guys. Why you are so dull? Okay, no. Ramana, thank you for the response. Okay, anyway, okay, I will start the class then. So 76 students have joined till now. So anyway, so yesterday we discussed about what are the different types of errors are there in Python. So how many types are there, guys? Can you please respond this answer at least? Yes, Usha, thank you. How many types of errors are there in Python? That's my question. Please be active, guys. Why are you so dull? Yes, MCA 40, thank you. Bhavani, thank you. Yeah, Meher Sudha. Oh, no, what when you said you're selling 5 types. I said only 3 types, right? What are the other 2 types? Okay, fine, guys. Thank you. Thanks for the response. At least 5 to 10 members responded in the chat box. So anyway, 81 students are there. I will start the class then. So now the concept is handling exceptions. Today's concept is exceptions and handling exceptions. This is the concept I would like to cover today. So first of all, what do you mean by exception? So exception is nothing but a runtime error in Java. But here there is no compile time and runtime, because basically you know about our Spider, like our Python programs. So basically these programs will be will not give compilation errors, syntax errors, because the errors will be checked at the runtime only. There is no compilation errors, you know already. Okay. First, the exception handling is a concept used in Python to handle all the exceptions and errors that are occurred during the execution of any program. That means whenever you are finding any error at the execution of the program, that error is called as an exception. Usually we call it as like that. Okay. That means the error will be occurred at during execution of the program. Exceptions are unexpected errors that occur during code execution. So this is also one of the definition. All exceptions are subclasses of exception class. You just remember this word. Exception is a class. So because we have some predefined classes in no any. I'm not asking that one. Yes, throw and throws are there. That is especially in Java. I'm asking how many types of errors are there. I asked that question, but you said 5. So there are 3 types of errors. Yesterday I already told you guys. Okay. So hope your problem resolved. Okay, Vinny. So I think you are having Java in your semester. So I think you are very familiar with Java. So I would like to compare Java also today. Don't worry. Don't worry. So now, so all exceptions are subclasses of exception class. What is this meaning? I will tell you. So when I explain the program, don't worry. Okay. So what is meant by exception class? Exception is a predefined class. Exception is one of the class which we have in Python. Okay. So that is the class is a predefined class. That means the developers are defined the class. Handling exceptions using try and except. So basically we have some keywords in Python. So 35 keywords are there. We already know. Let me open. So I would like to introduce 2 keywords today. I would like to introduce all the methods about how those can be executed. I will tell you everything. Don't worry. Let me take a drawing tools. You can see here. So try, except. These are the 2 keywords for handling exceptions. Okay. These are the 2 keywords for handling exceptions. Try, except. So whoever knows Java, I would like to tell you one thing. In Java, instead of except, we have a keyword called as, that is also keyword in Java, catch. Okay. So in Java, we have keyword catch, but instead of catch in Python, we are call it as a except. That's all. Okay. That means except in nothing but exception like that. So that's the reason he is giving a name like except. So try, why I'm giving try? In earlier program I have used only once about try and except. Now I will tell you in detail manner. Don't worry. So I would like to discuss about these 2 keywords. Why I would like to explain those 2 keywords? Because those 2 keywords should be used for handling exceptions in Python. That's all. Okay, handling exceptions in Python. For handling exceptions in Python, we have we use two types of blocks, namely try block and except block. So block is nothing but a, you know already, block is nothing but a either the block of statements, like the collection of statements should be in block. Basically in C language and Java, block can be represented in the number of lines should be there in curly brace, open curly brace and closing curly brace. That is nothing but a block. But how can we define it as a block in Python? Can you please anybody tell with which operator will be used for a block in Python? Can anybody tell in the chat box? Yes, Bhavani, very good. Second CSC students, be active guys, please. No. I am asking which operator will be used for, which operator is used for, okay? So for creating a block in Python. This is very important bit even. Yes, Prabhas, absolutely. Absolutely. Many students are not responding, guys. What happened, guys? So I have posted one message regarding college reopenings in the WhatsApp. I think you are thinking about that. Are you thinking about that? Yes, Pai 31, that is Teja. Absolutely right answer. You don't think about that, okay? నేను పెట్టిన మెసేజ్కి అర్థం ఏంటంటే మీకు ఎవరికైతే ఓన్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్లో కాలేజీకి రావడానికి మీకు విల్లింగ్నెస్ ఉందో వాళ్ళు ఎస్ అని మీ సిఆర్కి చెప్పండి. మీకు కుదరదు అంటే నో అని చెప్పండి. దట్స్ ఆల్. ఓకే, మీరు నో అని చెప్పినంత మాత్రం మీకు అటెండెన్స్ తీసేయడం అలాంటిది ఏమి ఉండదు. బట్ మీకు ఓన్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ అంటే కొంతమంది బైక్స్లో వస్తారు కదా వాళ్ళు, సైకిల్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే, లేదంటే పేరెంట్స్ తీసుకొస్తారు కదా వాళ్ళు. ఓకే, సో రిమైనింగ్ దూరంగా ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి రావడానికి ఇబ్బంది అయితే నో అని పెట్టండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం. మీరు దాని గురించి ఏం థింక్ చేయకండి, దయచేసి రెస్పాన్స్ ఇవ్వండి. మీరు యాక్టివ్గా ఉండండి. మీరు యాక్టివ్గా ఉండాలని మీకు కొంచెం నేను నా వీడియో కూడా ఆన్ చేసాను ఇవాళ. చాలా రోజుల నుంచి ఆన్ చేయట్లేదు, పిచ్చోడ్లా ఉన్నాను. ఎస్ అమ్మయ్య, ఇప్పుడు రెస్పాన్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో కాల్ శాంతి, దట్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. కాలన్, దట్ ఇస్ ద ఆన్సర్ ఈస్ కాలన్ గైస్. ఓకే, సో కాలన్ ఈస్ ద ఆపరేటర్ ఫర్ క్రియేటింగ్ ఎ బ్లాక్ ఇన్ పైథాన్. ఓకే, that's the reason it is called as a try block and except block. So I don't want to discuss more about the theory part because you know, okay, my lecture notes should be very easy when you're studying all these things. Okay, if you are having any problem with that, definitely you can ask me, no problem. Okay, so what is the use of try block, what is the use of except block? I will tell you that one. Okay, so I will tell you the syntax also, then you can easily know about that exception. In a try block, we write the code in which there are the chances of any error or exception to occur. That means if you are thinking that whether any exception can be found in our program, if you are thinking like that way, then you need to give that particular lines in try block. That's all. And you are expecting some exception is raising in our program. For example, if you are thinking like that, okay, then so that should be handled by using except block. Okay, so that means the syntax of the try except statement is try statements except colon. This is the block. Colon is nothing but a block. And some students have said that indentation. Yes, indentation is not a block. Indentation means whenever you are giving a colon here, then you just give an indentation. That's all. Indentation will be automatically takes place. It will be taken care of IDE only. Okay, that's not a problem at all. If you're typing in a notepad, then you need to give a 4 spaces. That's all. Okay. Okay, next, except statements. So that means the statements that will executed to handle the exception. So that means try means these is the raising exceptions. This is who is handling, and that means what type of exception is handled in that exception is you should be mentioned in except keyword. Okay, so now I will move to the example program. Can you please tell me anyone? Yesterday also we discussed about it. It will give syntax error or a logical error or a runtime error. Can anybody tell in the chat box, please? I already discussed yesterday even. Priyanka, thank you Priyanka. Pravas, Ambika wrong answer. Navya correct answer. Bhavani, Fadim, MCA, Harshita, Pitani, Sai Lakshmi, Verma, Divya. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for your response. I'm very happy now. So everybody is saying that it is telling that runtime error. Let me run this program. Yes, 0 division error. This is called as an exception. This is called as an exception. It's not a syntax error. That means runtime error. Okay. So zero division error should be called as a exception here. So division by zero means you cannot perform division by zero in this programming concepts. Okay. So I think you know here it is an error. You know already. Okay. But let me give a clarity. If I am giving instead of zero, if I am giving number 3, if I am giving number 3, then what will be the output? So the result of division is 3.333. That means absolutely program is correct. There is no syntax error in our program. You should think in that way. Okay. That means here the problem will be at 10. That means the divisor should not be 0 because 10 is the dividend, 3 is the divisor when you are performing the division. So then the divisor should not be 0 in programming. Okay. That's the reason we are getting a exception. Now how to handle this exception? Okay. I have already mentioned this code in the notes. You don't need to copy anything. So it is getting output error, 0 division error. It is getting like that. Division by 0, it is getting like that. So here 0 division error, it is a class actually. It is a predefined. That's the reason it is getting like a, so Z capital letter, D capital letter, error capital letter. That means these are predefined exception classes in Python. Okay, predefined built-in exception classes. Okay. So let me look into the try except block now. Now the same code should be written. The same code should be written in try except block. Okay. So I'm just commenting that code. I'm adding those 3 lines in try block. Okay. So I used the try keyword here. I'm using except keyword. What is the purpose of this try and except now? So now I will execute this program. This is try block. The block means this is the area. Okay. That means you are putting a colon here. So it is a area. Here A equal to 10, B equal to 0. Print result of division A by B. Here whenever it is getting 10 by 0, it is getting an exception. Exception means it is displaying like an error like that. So it is displaying error like that means the program is wrong. You know already. Instead of that error, if you want to write any statement like the divisor should not be 0. Okay. If you would like to add that message, you just give that exception message in except keyword. That's all. This is not the predefined lines. You can give any name. That means, for example, so denominator should not be 0. You can give any statement. Not only the divisor should not be 0. Okay. You can give any statement. Okay. Or you can also put like, so division by 0 cannot be performed. You can also do in that way. Okay. So whatever the lines you would like to display, you can give. No issue. Let me run this program. The divisor should not be 0. How it is catching that exception? So in Java, we are using a catch block instead of except. So that what is the meaning of except block means? Here it is raising an exception. That means 10 by 0 means exception is raising here. Then instead of division by 0, here I am not getting any error. You can see guys, the output is successfully executing. The output is successfully executing. That means the divisor should not be 0 is displaying. So this is the way to handle the exception. The concept is, I am telling the concept is exception handling. You can handle the exceptions at runtime by using try except block. So try is a keyword which is used to handle the particular exception. That means if you are having the condition whether it may raise an exception, you just add that block of statements into try block. And what is the purpose of except block means? It is used to catch the particular exception. That means it is used to raise the particular exception name. So it is getting like except, so the divisor should not be 0. That's all. So it is not getting any error now. Okay. So let me give the same example. Okay. Let me give the same example. Instead of 0, I am giving 10. Instead of 0, I am giving only 10. Now you can easily understand how try except block will be executed. So you can see the nodes here. You can see the nodes here. Okay. So here try block having statements that can raise exceptions. The except block having execute to handle exceptions. But whenever you are giving 10 by 10, that means it will not raise any exception because 10 by 10 is 1. Then the except block will be automatically ignored by the compiler. That means automatically ignored by the Python program. That's all. Okay. Hope you understand guys. Now let me run the same code again. Result of division 1.0. That means 10 by 10 is 10.1.0. So that is getting absolutely correct answer. If you are raising an exception to 0, then obviously it is handling the particular exception. This is nothing but a exception handling. That's all. This is the very easy example I would like to tell you, handling exceptions. But I think especially for exam purpose, I think you are able to write this logic. That's all. It should be enough. But I would like to mention detailed manner. Okay, I will tell you in-depth manner. So you can see now. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the chat box. So just now I told you about try block, how it is executing. I already mentioned each and everything, how the program will be executing like this. Okay. So I don't want to repeat all the lines here. You can just go through the notes. And you can also give exception name. The type of exception name can also be, you can include in the except block. I will tell you different examples. Don't worry. So code execution continues after except block. So let me give a clarity. I would like to give two lines. I would like to give 2 lines because this is just a part of the program I'm telling. So if I'm not thinking about only division by 0 like that. If you are having a big programs in, if you are doing a one project, okay, if you are thinking like whether that project will throw in some exceptions in somewhere, you can just add a try block in that particular code. That's all. That is the basic functionality of a try block and except block. So let me add a 2 line here. I'm adding this line here, and I'm adding one more line here after except block. Okay, so here you can see, guys, this print line will not be in the part of except block, and this print statement is inside the try block. So what is the meaning of this line? This information means if you are raising any exception here, this line after that directly it will handle the except block only. That means it will be executed. That means the remaining lines will not be executed. The remaining lines will not be considered, because whenever a program throwing an exception in the particular line, the remaining lines will not be executed. Okay, you can see in that way. Okay, so just I would like to run this program now. You can see the divisor should not be 0. Yes, this line will be executed. It is printing like that because it is out of except block. Of course, it is printed. But if you are raising, that means if you are raising an exception, means this line will not be executed. Okay. So I would like to give one message instead of this line. I would like to give hi. I am giving 10 now. I am adding 10 now. Can you please tell me, guys? Now I would like to ask you one question to all of you guys. My question is, if I am giving 10, hi only will be printed, or hello only will be printed, or both will be printed? Can you please mention in the chat box? Yes, some students are saying correct answer, but some students are saying wrong answer. Yeah, thanks for your response, guys. Thank you very much. I don't want to mention your name because many students send the answer. Thank you, guys. Okay, fine. So let me run this code. I'm getting result of division. I'm getting hi. I'm getting hello as well, because here it is not throwing any exception, because 10 by 10 is 1.0. Okay. In that case, the hi will be printed. After that, except block will not be executed. So this line will not be printed. This is not part of the except block. It is not in the except block. You can see, guys, it is there here only. So hello will be printed. So this is the way you have to understand. I hope everybody is clear with how to use the try except block here. So thank you, guys. Thanks for your response. I would like to move further. Catching multiple exceptions in Python. For example, I would like to, if I'm doing on project, okay, I'm thinking like many exceptions will be occurred in my program. For example, I'm thinking like that. Okay, So let me execute in that way. Okay. So multiple except blocks. So in the same way we have the concept in Java. So interviews, they will ask the questions. I will tell you one question. So for example, if I are using try except, can we use two try blocks with only one except? They will ask some questions like that. Not possible. Okay. For example, if you are giving two try blocks, you have to give two except statements. Okay. If you are giving one try block, you can give any number of except statements. Okay. This is very important. In especially interview point of view, they will ask. So in Java also. Okay. So catching multiple exceptions. That means you can catch multiple exceptions at the same time. Okay. I don't want to display. I don't want to discuss all these lines. I just want to explain the program. So I just copy this. See guys, so this is a program. Here I am performing dividend equal to int of input of please enter the dividend. Divisor equal to please enter the divisor. I am using integer. I am using integer here. Print %d by %d equal to %f. Okay. Why I am giving? Because division should be displayed in floating point order. So dividend divisor comma dividend by divisor. So this is the logic, because a by b is nothing but a is the dividend, b is the divisor. Instead of a and b, I am taking divisor and dividend. Okay. Except I am having two errors here. I am having two errors here. First of all, what is meant by value error? What is meant by zero division error? You already know what is a zero division error, because whenever you are performing a divisor should be a zero, then it is getting like a zero division error. So you can also give the message with the except particular name. That means that particular class name you can give that in our programs. Okay, that is the flexibility we have in the Python. Okay, except zero division error. So that is not mentioned. That is not mandatory. You can give in that way. Why we have to give in that way? Because if you are catching multiple exceptions at the same time, you need to specify which exception it is. That's all. So what is meant by value error? First of all, the value error is nothing but, for example, I am giving integer here. I am giving integer here. Let me give a clarity, guys. Instead of int and everything, let me give a simple example. Print int of 1.1. I am giving like this. Okay. Can you please tell me what is the answer for this program? Can you please tell me what is the answer for this line? Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thank you guys. Thanks for the response. Let me run this. So I am getting 1. So everybody is saying correct answer except Prabhas. So why it is getting 1? Because it is nothing but a typecasting. So whenever you are giving a floating point number, it will be converted into integer. It will be printed in the output. That is nothing but print of int of 1.1. Let me give 1.1 instead of my name. I am giving print of int of Kumar. Okay. Can you please tell me, anyone, what will happen now? What will happen now? Yes, it is error now. It is error now. Okay. So let me run this program. What type of error is getting here? What type of error it is getting here? Value error. So this is called value error. Value error is a class name. You have to give V as a capital letter, E as a capital letter, because this is a class name in Python. Here what is saying? Invalid literal for int with base 10, because integer value should be with base 10, but you are taking like a Kumar. So it is invalid literal. Literal is nothing but a constant. Literal is nothing but a constant, guys. Okay. So value error. Why I am giving value error in this program? Because, okay. Now you hope you understand my concept. So for example, you are doing 10 by 0. If you are doing 10 by 0, it is a zero division error. If I am giving 10 by Kumar, then what will happen? which exception will be occurred? Value error exception will be occurred instead of zero division exception. That means zero division error kaakunda value error ostundannamata. That's all. Okay, that means value error will be displayed. That means here why it is displaying like that, because whenever you are reading an input, this cannot be possible in C language. You can check with the C language. If you are passing any value at runtime, if you are giving an integer, if you are reading integer, if you are giving a string or any character at the particular runtime, you may not get any output. You cannot handle that exception in the C language. This is the drawback of C language. Okay, so only object-oriented programming languages such as Java and Python having the flexibility to handle the runtime errors, because C language having so many drawbacks like that. Okay, so like so index, for example, if I'm not giving a index, so that is also it will that means error will not be occurred at the same time. So at the runtime it will get error, runtime error like that, but it cannot be handled in C language. Okay, because the developers not defined any keywords like try, except like that. Okay, so now hope you understand what is the logic I would like to tell you now. So first of all, let me verify. Here I am having two except blocks, only single try. This is possible. Very important question in interview point of view. This is possible. Can we declare more than one except statement with one try block? Yes, it is there. You can declare in that way. No issue. Okay. So what will happen, sir? I'm defining value error. I'm defining zero division error. How it will accept which error should be occur first? For example, if you're giving the divide, let me give you an example with. I will give runtime. Okay, so definitely you can understand. Now enter the dividend. I would like to give 10. Please enter the divisor. I would like to give 2. I would like to give 2. Okay. The answer is obviously 5.0. The obviously answer is 5.0. It will not raise any exception in try block, because 10 by 2 is nothing but 10 by 2 is 5.0. So it will not include into the except block like value error, zero division error. It will not be executed. So let me run this program. Obviously the program is executing very smoothly. 10 by 2 equal to 5.0000 like that. Okay. Now I am running the same program. So please enter the dividend. For example, if I am entering the dividend like 5, I am entering the divisor should be like Kumar. Okay. I am entering the divisor should be Kumar. So now it is getting value error. But instead of value error, it handles the error. So and it will display the message which is there in the print statement. The divisor and dividend must be numbers. It will be displayed instead of error. That means you can handle the runtime errors by using exceptions. Okay. The divisor and dividend must be numbers. So it is displaying like that. You can add any message like that. Okay. So the divisor and dividend must be numbers. So it is not throwing any error like we've seen just before, like int of Kumar like that. Okay. You are not getting an exception like that. For example, if I am removing these 2 lines, for example, let me remove these 2 lines. Okay. I am removing these 2 lines. Let me run this program again. I would like to give 5 and I would like to give Kumar again. It is getting error now. It is getting error now. Okay. Hope you understand now. So this is the, you can declare except keyword. You can declare except value error in last line also. That's not a problem. You can handle multiple exceptions can be handled at the same time. This is the question I would like to tell you. That's all. So if I'm giving 4, if I'm giving blah 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 in English, dividend must be number. So it's displaying like that. Okay. Hope you understand now. Now let me run the same program. Instead of string, I'm giving 0 now. Okay. So now I'm entering the program. The divisor may not be 0. Okay. The divisor may not be 0. It is getting like that because here I'm adding this, because it is handling the zero division error in that particular exception, because the compiler automatically knows which exception is occurred in the particular statement. That means here, if you are using the A by B like that, if you are giving a 0, then obviously it is moving to the zero division error. If you are giving 10 by 0, not like if you are giving 10 by comma, 10 by string like that, if you are giving like that, then obviously it will store like a value. So in the same way, you can handle multiple exceptions at the same time, guys. Okay. So this is the best way of handling exceptions in Python. Likewise, in Java also similar. Instead of except, we can use catch block. That's all. And I would like to tell you one more thing. I would like to tell you one more thing. In this example, if I am giving 4 as dividend, if I am entering the divisor as a string, please, that means it is asking dividend and divisor also. If I am giving dividend as a string, that means if I am giving a string as a dividend, then obviously it will not enter into the divisor, because whenever it is raising an exception, it obviously move to the particular exception and it will print the message. Okay, so let me run the code again. So I am giving, first of all, I would like to give 10. After that, I would like to give divisor Kumar. So it is getting the divisor and dividend must be numbers. Okay, so it is asking dividend and divisor also. Let me give the same program. First of all, I would like to Kumar by 10. If I would like to do Kumar by 10, but if I am giving Kumar here, then immediately it will raising an exception. So that's the reason it is just forgetting those 2 lines. That means it is omitting those 2 lines, and it is obviously executing the whatever the value error we have, because value error means here you are using a integer, but you are entering a Kumar. So that's the reason it is getting the divisor and dividend must be numbers. Hope everything is clear, guys. Can you please confirm once in the chat box? Is everything is clear? Yes, fine. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation, guys. Now I would like to move further. Okay. And some students may doubt about that. How could we know? Whether it is a value error, whether it is a division error? How can we remember all these things, sir? Because we are getting so many errors, you know already, right? Because whenever you are giving like for example, instead of string, instead of name, it is getting value error like that. Yesterday we have seen that if I am giving a list of numbers with 3 numbers, if I'm asking the index value which is not there in the particular list positions, it is getting like index error. So that means how we have to remember all these things. That means because we have to remember what are the basic exceptions we have. I have already explained yesterday also in the table. Otherwise, I will give you a simple example. Don't worry. Okay, we can handle the multiple exceptions with one except block. Only one except block. Also, you can use single except block. Instead of 2 lines, you can also give in that 1 line only, like except of. You can also call in this way. Let me. Instead of that, I am using except of value error, comma 0 division error. Okay. So here I am passing 2 errors, because this program may throw an exception of 2 exceptions. Whether it is if you are giving an integer, if you are giving a string, then it will raise one exception. If you are using division by 0, then it will throw another exception. So instead of 2 except statements, you can use 1 except statements. You can use the tuple like comma value error, comma 0 division error. Okay. Print, please check either input values or divisor should not be 0. Okay. So you can add the message like that. So you can add only 1 except statement. Okay. So let me run the code now. If I'm giving if I'm giving 4, if I'm giving 2, 4 by 2 is 2.00. Obviously the program is executing fine. So now if you are giving enter the dividend, I'm giving 10. I'm giving my name now. Please check either input values or divisor should not be 0. It is getting like that. Okay. So let me run the same program. If I'm giving 10 here and if I'm giving 0 here, then obviously it is showing the same error. Okay. That means instead of 2 except statements, you can also use the single except statement by using value error, comma 0 division error. You can specify any number of exceptions at the same time. Okay. So I already mentioned each and everything in the notes. When I am explained about the except block, I have clearly written all the things. You can see here except type of exceptions to be catched. If you notice closely, we have mentioned types of exceptions. Yes, sir. We can even provide names of multiple exception classes separated by comma in the except statement. You can also give in this way, guys. Okay. I think it is clear, and I would like to tell you one easy thing. Instead of for example, when you are opening any website, if the website is under maintenance, okay, if the website is under maintenance, okay, for example, maintenance and the purpose, for example, the site is under maintenance, you may get some examples like that. When you're opening a online SBI websites, online banking websites, or IRCTC websites, okay. For example, if you would like to book a train ticket for traveling to Naspur to Tirupati or Hyderabad or whatever it may be, okay. For example, if you are willing to book like that, if you are trying to book the ticket from night 11:30 to 12 p.m., it may not be possible at all. It may not be possible at all. You can check with the IRCTC. Okay. So one of the website we have, irctc.co.in. Okay, irctc.co.in. So this is the website which will be used for, which is used for mainly. Okay. So to book the tickets from anywhere to anywhere. Okay, you can book tickets anywhere. Okay, you can also have the application in your mobile phones as well. Even though it is in the application mode, it will be only work up to 23.5 hours per day. Okay, so why it is from 11:30 p.m. to 12 p.m. it is under maintenance? Because the site is under maintenance, because they have to check either anyone cancel the tickets. Okay, if there are any availability of the tickets, they will display like that. Okay, that means the site is under maintenance every day. It should be action every day. For example, okay, for example, if you're thinking our college website, for example, I'm telling, every day we don't need to update anything. Okay, every day we don't need to update anything. So for the online website like IRCTC, like State Bank websites and everything, you need to book the tickets, you need to transact anything, you have to go for the website like that. Okay, sometimes it is under maintenance, they will give a simple message like they will give a simple message oops, server under maintenance. They will get like that message. You can also put that message anyway. Okay, for example, I'm thinking, okay, you don't know which exception will be occurred. Okay, you don't know which exception will be occurred. So let me write here. I'm removing all the things. So that means if anything wrong happened, it is just like a site is under maintenance. They will put like that. Okay. If you're trying to book the tickets, for example, if you're thinking in that way, I'm telling in a different way, but it is not the program of that. Okay, site is under maintenance. It is getting displayed like that. Okay, that means you don't need to accept everything. Okay, if you want to add multiple classes, you have to give accept like that. For example, if you would like to give, I would like to tell you one more thing in an easy manner. I don't want to give all the things. Okay, I'm giving accept exception as E. Okay, I'm giving exception as E. I'm giving E here. I'm giving E here. So this is also one of the shortcut we have, because many students are troubling about that value error, and that means zero division error. That means you don't need to remember all the things. So I already told you in the first line, exception is a predefined class in Python. Okay, you can define exception as is the alias name, you know already. Okay, as E, then I'm giving E. That means you can just give accept exception. You can give print exception. That's not a problem at all. I'm giving just like a as E every time. I no need to type exception like that. Okay, I'm giving print E. Hope you understand now. Now I am running the program. I'm not getting any error now. You can see the program. This is the beautiful feature we have. Please enter the dividend. I'm entering 10. I'm entering 3. What is the value? 10 by 3 is 3.333 like that. Now I'm running the same program. I would like to give 10. I would like to give 0. You know that here it is a zero division exception. But I am not calling zero division exception in this program, because here I am giving an exception, because zero division exception is the subclass here. Zero division error is nothing but which is the subclass. All the exceptions are the superclass of exception. This is exception is a predefined class. Here E should be capital letter. Okay. So hope you understand now. So now how the program will be printed, you can see the program. division by 0. Just it is getting message like division by 0. By default, exception message division by 0. So it is not performing anything. It is not getting any error event. It is not getting any error event. Okay. For example, I am running the same program. I would like to give 5. I am giving, instead of divisor, I would like to give my name. It is getting invalid letter for int with base 10. It is just like giving a comment, but it is not getting error. Instead of error, it is getting that message. That is better. Okay. Because you are handling the runtime errors. That is the concept we have. Okay. This is the one of the shortcut, but I did not mention anything in the notes about this because it is very easy actually. But sometimes many students are thinking that they have to display like 0 division error like that only, they will display like that. Okay. That's the reason I am telling like exception is one of the predefined class we have. If I am giving as a print e means automatically this message will be printed if you are giving print e. That's all. Hope you're clear. So let me open this. You can see here, I already told you in the first, all exceptions are subclasses of exception class. Okay. So you can see this. For example, 1 minute guys. For example, I'm giving the same example. You can see here, I'm just copying the code. Okay. So I'm giving value error like small letters. Okay. I'm giving like value error as small letters. You can see the error. You can see the error here. Undefined name value error. Because these are predefined class names. You have to remember everything. You have to remember everything. Okay. So value error is nothing but you have to give V as a capital letter, E as a capital letter here. Otherwise, you can just give except exception. That's all. That is also fine. Okay. It will handle all the exceptions. Okay. It will handle all the exceptions. Once again, I'm repeating because exception is the super class for value error, 0 division error as well. If you're giving simply exception like that, you can add any message. That's all. So now I would like to tell, here I am giving a simple example. Sometimes I already told you generic except block to handle unknown exceptions. For example, sometimes we don't know which exception will be occurred. Okay. So in that case, for example, 1 minute, let me give. So instead of str, I would like to give comma. Okay. All the things you don't need to written all in the examination point of view. Okay. I'm just telling for the purpose of only in-depth manner. I would like to tell you, you know already. So that's the reason only I'm telling. You can see guys, you can see basically it is getting except the same block. I am adding one more line. Oops, something went wrong. I'm adding like that. Okay. Sometimes if any failures occurred, like if the server is under maintenance, so we are accepting all these things like that. You don't need to mention anything except you can add that print oops, something went wrong. That means sometimes if internet issue or whatever it may be, so the site is under maintenance or whatever it may be, it will display oops, something went wrong. But I don't, which will not be executed at this time. That means, for example, if you are thinking that, because if you are doing a large project, okay, because if you have single 2 lines or 10 lines program, if you are finding any error, you can easily clarify that error. Okay, you can easily find out that error. You can easily debug that error. But if you're thinking you are doing a project, the 1000 lines of 10,000 lines of code will be there in that. Okay, then how can you decide which area, which block is getting error? So in that way, you can easily identify by using try-x block. If you're putting a try-x except block in every time, if you're thinking like, for example, if anyone is trying to book the tickets, for example, okay, so he is entering the village name like Amalapuram. There is no Amalapuram, there is no facility for the transport facility, right, railway facility for the Amalapuram, you know already, because currently we have Palakollu, Narsapuram and Rajahmundry and Kakinada, that's all. So if you are traveling from Amalapuram to Hyderabad, it will get error. That means it is getting like it's something wrong and wrong. It is displaying something like that. That means the developers will think that if the user is giving any wrong messages like that, it will getting that, it is getting like that. So it is also, but sometimes it is, if the website is good, it is displaying that, for example, it is displaying that no matches found, it will display like that. Okay, so it will display that no matches found like that. Okay, for example, let me give a clarity. I'm giving PKO, for example, I'm giving like PKO here. So it is getting Palakollu, it is getting Palakollu like that here. Okay, you can see here Palakollu it is getting. Okay, so let me remove this. I would like to give Amalapuram here. Okay, so AMA. Okay, it is not there actually. I'll PURAM. Okay, I'm trying to book the ticket actually. So I'm giving Secunderabad. So SC stands for Secunderabad Junction. So I'm just I would like to book AC first class ticket. Okay, so on third date already passed. So I would like to book on 5th. So find trains. For example, I would like to book the tickets. Find trains. Okay, I'm just clicking on find trains option. It is not executing. It is not displaying anything even. Okay, so okay, that means it is, but it is not a good thing actually, because he has to display something. So it is not displaying anything. 1 minute, let me check it. Is there getting any error? No, it is not getting any error. What is this here? IRCTC Tejas Express and is now available for booking. Okay, let me give a KKD. So Kakinada, I would like to give KKD. Okay. So I think Kakinada is Samalakota. I think so. Samalakota. Okay. So yes, yeah. Okay, I would like to check Rajahmundry. Okay, so Rajahmundry, RJY, I think RJY. Okay, now I will give RJY. I would like to give find trains. Okay, you can see guys. Now it is getting. Please wait. It is displaying some message. Now it is getting how many trains are available here. But if I am giving Amalapuram, it is nothing. Nothing is printing. Instead of that, we can add any message like "oops, something went wrong" like that, or the station name not found. We can add that message like that. Okay. So that means that means the developer is not giving like try except block in our code while the the developer means whoever maintaining the website like IRCTC website. Okay. If you are really good developer, you just add these messages, because I am giving Amalapuram means I don't know whether Amalapuram is there for the railway transport is there or not. I don't know. For example, I am new to the Amalapuram city. For example, I am thinking like that. Okay. So it is not getting anything. That means it is an error. It is a bug in that particular site. Okay. So now I would like to give a simple example, guys. You can see, but it will not be executed. Oops, something went wrong. It will not be executed here. I'm giving numerator number. I'm giving 4. I'm giving 10. Okay. Result of division is 0.4. I'm giving now. I'm giving 4. I'm giving some like that. You must enter integer value. That means it is getting value error. So if you're not having any blocks like this, so the last block will be executed automatically. So this is the just I would like to tell you one more thing. This one, if you don't know the error name and all, you just give accept message. That's all. That is fine. Okay. But if you're giving a particular name, it is very easy to understand the any developers. For example, if you're moving to some other company, so if the project is, because the training, for example, trains websites and online websites are maintaining every day, they are maintaining the particular any company like that. Okay, but if the developers are changing from one company to one company, how can the other developers may understand the concept? So that means you have to understand the concept even, because if you're giving simply like accept colon, you may not get the logics and all. Okay, you have to remember at least some concepts. Okay, I think you know already attribute error. We got this error so many times, you know already, right? So yesterday we have already seen these are the some exception classes, predefined exception classes, inbuilt exception classes. Okay, so for common regions, for example, what are the common regions? For please wait, guys, please wait. So you can see the description. Trying to access a class member variable which is not defined in a class. If you're not defining any particular variable length equal to 0 or 100 centimeter like that, okay, If you are calling the particular length variable, then you are getting attribute error. You have already seen this error so many times in OOPS concepts. Okay, so let me leave it. So I would like to display about import error. This exception occurs when the import module is not found. Yesterday we already seen that. So but that is no module error like that. Okay, so let me give you import error. How it will be? We'll get the import error. I'm giving import. No. I would like to give from import. What is the answer, guys? Can you please tell me what is the answer? Please, everybody should answer, guys, please. Everybody should answer, guys, please. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the response, guys. The answer is 2.0. Okay, so because it is returning the floating point value, you know already. Okay, so in C language also it returns the double value. Okay, so let me run this code. Why it is getting 2.0, you know already, because if you're giving a square root of 5 also, it will give the point numbers. That's the reason it will give the square root. By default return type is floating point only, not integer. Okay, I hope everybody knows this. Okay, let me give you clarity. I would like to give cube. Instead of square root, I'm giving cube. So I'm not getting any error. I think, hope you understand, guys. What is output now? Can you please answer in the chat box, guys, please? What is the answer for cube of 4? Don't tell me the answer of 4 cube. You just tell me I'm giving from a math import to cube, print cube of 4. Students are giving different answers for the question. What topic I am telling? Which topic I am telling, guys? I'm telling which topic actually. Hope you understand what is the answer now. Yes, Sushma, absolutely. You are only giving the correct answer. Yes, Veni. Now you are thinking in a correct way. So Sushma is saying the absolute fine correct answer. We can't import cube, sir, because there is no cube module. Okay. So let me give a run. Here it is not a syntax error. That's why yesterday I told you guys what are the different types of errors are there. Logic errors are unable to find. Syntax errors are easy to find. Runtime errors are exceptions that should be handled by language itself. So let me run this code. It is getting import error. Cannot import name cube from math because there is no cube method, like there is no cube function in math class. That means in math module. If you are giving sqrt, it will execute it, no problem. Because square root is one of the method which I have in the math file. That means math module. Let me give square root of 4. It is getting. So what error is getting here? Import error. So that is the reason I am giving import error here. So you have to understand what are basic types of errors are there in our program. I think everybody knows indentation error, because if you are not giving a 4 spaces even, then obviously it will take indentation error. Many students are getting this error. I don't want to repeat all these things again. So type error. What is a type error? So here you have to understand very carefully difference between a value error and type error. When an operation is executed on a variable of incorrect type, that means, for example, I would like to give a clarity. I would like to give print BVC plus 9. Let me give like that. Okay. So what is this I am getting here? You can see guys, type error. Here you are giving BVC plus 9. How it will be concatenated guys? Can only concatenate str, not nt. Okay. So it is getting, clearly it is getting error. Okay. So these are the so many exceptions we have in Python especially. Okay. See, in C language we are only having some exceptions. So but cannot be handled, you know. But in Python we have so many exceptions like this. Okay. So for example, if you are giving BVC plus 9 in string format, then obviously you will get the correct answer like BVC 9. Because here 9 acts like a string, not an integer. If you are removing the single quotation here, if you are adding instead of BVC, if you are giving 6 plus 9, then obviously it will execute 15. That means what is a type error? You know, you understand what is a type error now. Okay, I don't want to repeat all these things. Okay, so value error we already defined. When for a function argument value is incorrect, because just now you already discussed about value errors. We already seen this thing. So if you're giving a divisor as a string, you are getting a value error. Zero division error, I think you already know this. Okay, so tab error, tab is nothing but same indentation error only, but sometimes it must be there in spider IDE like that. So I think we have some options in this. For example, in preferences, in spider IDE, that means if you're so many students are using different IDEs, I don't want to tell all the things, because sometimes it is just like here it will show for Python interpreter, it will show like variable explorer, profiler, code analysis, keyboard shortcuts, and the Python interpreter. 1 minute, run completion for advanced. I think we have some options in this keyboard actually. So if you're giving a tab, actually it will automatically show like tab gives the 4 spaces in this. I think we have some option in this spider IDE. Okay, so if you're putting that option, that's fine, that's not a problem at all. That means tab allows 5 spaces basically, but here it allows 4 spaces. Basically it is already defined in the these already preferences will be there here. So based on that it will be worked actually. I think it might be there in somewhere. I did not remember. Okay, anyway, no problem. I already explained the simple examples in the pro notes also. No worry. I already given everything. And name error. That means what is it? When a variable name we are trying to use is not defined. For example, I am giving a equal to 10. I am giving print a by b. I am not giving b value. I am not giving b value. Here you can see guys, it is getting error. Okay, that's why some syntax errors also called as exceptions in Python. Here it is getting error like that. Okay, but basically it is a runtime error actually. Okay, so let me run this code. So it is getting name error. Name error. Name b is not defined. So this is called name error. But I have already given everything in the notes, like index error. Yesterday I already discussed about this. Index error means L1 of 1, 2, 3. If you are calling L1 of 3, then it will give index out of range. Okay, it is index error. So module not found error. For example, if you are importing a wrong module, for example, here math module is there. You all just now we already explained math module. For example, if I am giving from math like that, it will import from math import square root. It will display square root already, you know already. So sqrt. And tomorrow I would like to take the class. Of course, we don't have the time, according to timetable. We don't have the class, but I would like to tell you guys, please. Okay, hope you understand. So now I'm running this program. I will get to 2.0. You know already. If I'm giving mathematics like that, okay, let me run the same code again. It is getting module not found error because there is no mathematics module defined in the Python. So this is called module not found error. Okay. So in the same way, we have so many errors like key error because we have 3 keys. For example, here I am in 1, 2, 3. If you're calling D1 of 4, it will get obviously error. Okay. I will give the feedback link anyway, no worry. So many students are asking, because time is already completed. Okay. But some students are not joining at the same exactly 5:30. Please log in by 5:30, guys. Please. So hope you understand everything. If you are having any questions, I would like to clarify, guys. So please tell me if you're having any questions. I would like to clarify. Any more questions, please? If you don't have any questions, just tell me no. That's all. Okay, thank you, Vinesh. Thank you, Veni. So tomorrow at sharp 5:30 p.m. you just join. Okay, so and I can leave you on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so no worry, because we are already moving very fast. I think because we are under in the 5th unit. Okay, so this is hope already completed exception handling, but we have some more keyword like finally. Anyway, I will discuss tomorrow. So once again, I would like to represent with the class representatives. Please tell me. మీరు ఒక జస్ట్ ఫోటో తీసి పంపించండి. ఏ స్టూడెంట్స్ కాలేజీకి వస్తారు, ఏ స్టూడెంట్స్ రారు అనేది జస్ట్ రోల్ నెంబర్ ఐఫోన్ పెట్టి విల్లింగ్ టు అటెండ్ ద క్లాసెస్, నాట్ విల్లింగ్ టు అటెండ్ ద క్లాసెస్, జస్ట్ టెల్ మీ దట్ అంతే. నో నీడ్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఓకే, మీరు ఊరు పేర్లు అయ్యి కలెక్ట్ చేసేసి ఆ బస్సుకి రాదండి ఎదురండి ఏమొద్దండి, ఏమొద్దు. ఓకే, నాకు ఇవేం అవసరం లేదు. మీది ఏ ఊరు అనేది కూడా నాకు అనవసరం. జస్ట్ రోల్ నెంబర్ రాసి జస్ట్ ఐఫోన్ పెట్టి willing to attend, not willing to attend, that's all. Okay, and finally give a conclusion, how many are willing to attend the college, how many are not willing to attend the class college from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. like that, only off days. Okay, only off days. And give me the count exactly, give me the count exactly. Okay, so count in the sense out of 64, I think 64 students are there from your section. You can give 20 students are interested to attend from second CSB. You can just give the message like that. So CRs, Vigita and Ambika, Sai and Abhilash, and please take care about this. And by evening you should send the response to me. And our students, please give reply to the particular class representatives because they are doing a lot of work. So please guys, hope everything is clear. Okay, clear. Thank you, Bhavani. Thank you very much, all of you. So nobody is asking questions. I think it is clear. Yeah. Okay, fine. So everybody is saying that it is clear. Then shall I leave, sir? Shall I leave? Shall I leave then? Divya, thank you. Venkatrav, thank you. I hope everyone is stay home, stay safe. ప్లీజ్ గైస్, మీరు ఒకవేళ కాలేజీకి వచ్చినా సరే ప్లీజ్ అన్ని ప్రికాషన్స్తో రండి ఒకవేళ కాలేజీకి పెడితే. ఓకే, సో బికాజ్ మాకు తప్పట్లేదు, మేము డైలీ కాలేజీకి వెళ్తున్నాం. సో బట్ మేము వేరు, మీరు వేరు కదా, మాకు తప్పదు. వీఆర్ ద ఎంప్లాయీస్. ఓకే గైస్, స్టే హోమ్, స్టే సేఫ్, బై బై, టేక్ కేర్. లింక్ ప్లీజ్ ఆల్రెడీ పంపాను కదా బాస్. ఓకే, ఎనీవే ఐ విల్ సెండ్ అగైన్, నో ప్రాబ్లం, నో ప్రాబ్లం. I don't want to scold anything. Okay, so I already sent. So you once recheck guys, just fill the form by after 7 o'clock. I will send the notes. Okay, nobody is asking questions still. Some students are waiting. Why? Are you willing to ask any questions? Okay, bye guys.